WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, part of the Memphis Sports Network with 92.9 FM ESPN, ESPN 790 AM.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. This is Larry Ray sitting as I do each and every week as roll into, I don't know, what are we, Greg? 700 and, what is it now?
757 or 8.
758.
One of the two.
758. We'll go with that. That sounds good, though. Since we went on the air in August of 2001, and this being the third Saturday a month, he's got his. That means that Frank Barton from the Barton Power Sports in West Memphis and Jonesboro is with us. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, everybody.
This is coasting time for Frank right now. He's the waterfowl season has ended, but now he's got to get ready for all the other things that goes on with the Barton Power Sports. And he gets ready for the retriever season and things along that line.
All of those things. And actually, 2 days after the waterfowl season, we were already met, my group, to make our plans for what improvements we wanted to make for the 2017-16-17 season.
You have. You've already met them.
Already started on.
So where's the Nationals this year?
The Master National this year is in St. Louis.
That's what I thought, yeah.
At Weldon Springs, actually, the Bush Wildlife Management Area.
Which means you'll have 1,200 dogs this year.
I don't think we'll have 1,200, but we'll have over 1,000.
Over 1,000. Wow. Well,
it'll be the largest.
It'll be the largest.
It'll be the largest sporting event in the history of the American Kennel Club.
That's amazing. Well, we got a lot of events coming up in the Memphis area. Of course, we're the 52nd annual Mid-South Sports and Boat Show kicked off yesterday at the Agri Center, where I was and where I'll be all weekend, where Frank will be out there in his booth with you got some different.
Bringing some new vehicles out there.
New toys.
We're going to have Easy Go lifestyle vehicles, which is a kind of a fancy name for a golf cart, but it's
yes, I love them.
But it's they're
cool.
They're people movers and. Also, Bad Boy Buggies, electric vehicles. We've picked that line up.
I like those Bad Boy Buggies and everything. And, of course, we got the first of the Wild Game Circuit starts tonight with two events, one out at Germantown Baptist Church. Hank Huff will be out there with his Kingdom Dog Ministry. And then, of course, out at Piperton Baptist Church out on Highway 57, Coach Alan Durham from the newly announced, I hadn't seen it in the paper, head football coach at Evangelical Christian School will be out at Piperton. And 2 weeks from tonight, my home church, Bartlett Hills Baptist Church, will be hosting, I think, we have the longest running wild game dinner in the Memphis area. And we're really happy to have, because ours is really different at Bartlett Hills Baptist Church, because not only do we have a wild game dinner and fish fry for men and boys on the Saturday night, March the 5th, but the person that speaks on March the 5th at our church comes back and delivers a message on Sunday morning, Men's Day, on March the 6th. And we're happy to have on Outdoors with Larry Ray, a gentleman that has Memphis connections, but is a long way from Memphis on this morning. He's in Moultrie, Georgia, and that's Pastor Wayne Woods. He's a senior pastor at First Baptist Church in Moultrie, Georgia. Good morning, Wayne.
Hey, good morning, Larry.
Hey, now tell our listeners out there now the connection with Memphis for you, Wayne.
Okay, I'll do that. My wife and I moved to Memphis with our two small children in late December of 1984, early January, where I started seminary at Mid-America, Baptist Theological Seminary. My wife's youngest sister, Lisa Murphy, and her husband, Chris, had moved there shortly before that, where she was then working for Federal Express, and so we spent the next 2.5 years there in seminary, enjoying our time in Memphis greatly.
Well, and of course, Chris is part of our Legacy Outfitters family with Memphis, and I know it's kind of coming back home. You've got connections at the old Covington Baptist Church.
That's right.
Out on Covington. Got some of our folks remember from those days, and Wayne is. He took a different route to become a minister. And Wayne, I think our listeners out there, before I ask you a little hint about maybe what you're going to talk about when you come to Memphis, a little hint about this wasn't part of your plan, but this was undoubtedly God's plan, because you went to Vanderbilt and then you went to the Naval Academy. So
That's right.
Tell them a little bit about that.
I'll try to do it real quickly. I grew up, born in New Orleans, the oldest of two boys to a mom and dad that had moved there for my dad to attend Tulane University after the war. He had a business that failed. Their marriage was on the rocks. He was abusive and was drinking alcohol at a level that was not healthy for anybody. We wound up moving, my mother and younger brother and I, to her birth home, a very small town in east central Alabama, place called Wadley, Alabama. That's where I grew up, basically. It's where I met my wife. We started dating in 10th grade. Was saved as a 15-year-old boy. Attended the Methodist church, and yet at the same time was very active in some of the activities of the Baptist church, and was saved at the youth revival. Felt the Lord's pull on my heart regarding vocational ministry for a while, but didn't pursue that. Pursued a Naval ROTC scholarship to Vanderbilt because I knew of the financial needs that my mom was going to have a hard time meeting, and I was fortunate enough to do that. Was impressed with that enough to where I applied for an appointment in the Naval Academy and got that, fortunately, and attended there from 71 to 75, and got married 3 days after I graduated. I was a Navy P-3 pilot for about 5.5, 6 years, stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, where our two children were born, and then got out of the Navy, not because it wasn't a wonderful experience for me. It truly was, but I was tired of being away from home. And I was an oil field engineer in Laurel, Mississippi for a while. I was an engineer for Michelin Tire Corporation in Greenville, South Carolina for a while, and that's where the Lord really got my attention. I tell people that I think he was calling all along, Larry. I just wasn't close enough to hear.
Yes.
When I got back close enough to hear, it was a clear word for us, and God led us quite clearly to Memphis, and we were blessed with the education we got there and the preparation we got there, and then served 10 years at church in southeast Georgia, where my two children pretty much grew up, and moved back closer to home, and right around Anniston, Alabama, for 12 years. And that's where I started deer hunting for the first time in South Georgia, but I really enjoyed it there in that east central Alabama area.
Yeah, they have a very liberal bag limit on deer in Alabama.
Yes, they do. Yeah. And just beautiful country, too.
Yeah.
And didn't think I'd come back to South Georgia. We have gnats down here.
Yeah, you do have gnats.
I tell people I said, I got delivered from the gnats one time. You would not think the Lord would send me back again, but he did, and we came back on Mother's Day of 2009, and we have been blessed to be here.
Wow. And I know you may be one of the few pastors in the United States that has a naval degree. I don't know. I mean,
there's a couple of us around, believe it or not. When I go back for class reunions, you can identify maybe 4 or 5, not all Baptist, obviously, but 4
Yeah.
or 5 that are serving as ministers in one capacity or another.
Well, we're really looking forward to you coming to Memphis, Wayne. I'm sure you're looking forward to this.
I am.
Well, have you decided on a subject yet that we could kind of tease people?
Yeah, possibly. I'm going to relate, obviously, to hopefully to everybody that'll be there. It's not going to be a sermon as such, but we're going to talk about lies that men believe.
Yes. Okay.
And I think it'll help us, maybe even be better hunters, but certainly be better husbands and fathers, and that's my desire anyway.
Well, I know we'll have it, folks out there. That's March the 5th. You go online to Bartlett Hills Baptist Church, their website. You get that ticket for $10 right now. If you bring a wild game dish, you get in one ticket free. But we're going to give away some prizes. But the most important part is that Wayne Woods will be there on Saturday night, March the 5th. Doors will open at 5. The meal at 6 and his program at 7. We're going to have music, all sorts of stuff. And then Wayne will be back on Sunday morning at 9:45 to preach a message. Wayne, we're looking forward to you, brother, and thank you for traveling this great distance to come to our church. And I know we're going to have a great time in the Lord, and I appreciate you. Just be safe travel, okay?
I sure will, Larry, and I'm highly honored to be asked to do this. I truly am looking forward to it greatly.
All right, buddy. Thank you a whole lot. Have a great day. God bless you, okay?
You too, brother.
All right. Okay. That's Wayne Woods will be coming to Memphis from Moultrie, Georgia. I can't wait. And he's going to be coming by he's got a brother-in-law lives up here, so he'll be up here. And then wild game dinners there's a lot of them.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season. That's what I said. There's and we're going to talk a lot more about that because I just got another one we're going to talk about. But anyway, we're going to take our first break. But remember, tonight, Germantown Baptist Church, Hank Huff was supposed to be on there last week when he was chasing dogs and couldn't be on the show, but Hank will be at Germantown tonight. And then also tonight, Piperton Baptist Church with Alan Durham, the football coach at ECF. Take a break, come right back with Frank Barton in studio. Greg Ratliff taking care of us on this Saturday, February the 20th, and I hope everybody had a good Valentine's last weekend. We'll be right back.
Find